To the peeps who live on the east side of our globe, happy Mario Day. Everyone else, happy day before Mario Day. Literally a couple hours till that movie drops, the final trailer for the Mario movie. But Nintendo's like, sure, let's drop Wave 9 literally hours before. But not even that. Over here, they dropped it last night on the 8th. I ran 16 miles yesterday, and I come back and then I'm told, hey, guess what? They dropped in the DLC in a couple minutes. I'm like, you're lying. You're lying. Shut up. You're lying. No, it came out last night. Yeah, I was tired. But, did a gameplay on it. I just played all 8 tracks twice, again. Once on 150cc and then again on 200cc. Custom items, coins turned off, hard comm, exactly like my gameplay. So I played through all the tracks 3 times total today. Proof, the Yoshi / Waluigi gameplay you're gonna see in this video. This one's off the cuff, there's no script for this one. I'm going off fresh because I just finished replaying all the tracks. This is a really good wave. Extremely good wave. Like, as far as big major changes, because it's like last wave, they just dropped the custom item staying. Or since wave 2, it's like certain tracks will get certain major changes, like, oh, Calamari Desert 2 comes in lap 2 of Calamari Desert. Peach Gardens, lap 3, you're driving the track in reverse. This one's like more low-key. There's not a lot of huge changes as far as major stuff like that. It's more in lines with wave 1 with, you know the track you're getting, so you go into it, that's basically the track you're getting the whole way through, but not a single track in this wave I have much of a problem with, if at all. I think all 8 of these tracks, even Mario Circuit. Mario Circuit, I think, is the odd one out for everyone because it's another Mario Circuit. It's our 4th Mario Circuit in the game. It's the 5th circuit track in the game, period. At least by name. But all 8 of them, that, Riverside Park, Waluigi Stadium, DK Summit, Yoshis Island, even the tour tracks, Amsterdam, Bangkok, Singapore, all of them. I think all of them are really good tracks. The only problem with this, well, not really a problem, last wave, Maple Treeway and 3DS Rainbow Road. Maple Treeway is literally my favorite track in all of Mario Kart. 3DS Rainbow Road is one of my favorite Rainbow Roads ever. So this wave already has a hard time trying to live up to the last wave, even when that one had lowest points like the city tracks, a little bit of, not necessarily much bootleg, Rock Mountain though. So I feel like wave 3 is still my favorite wave just because of Maple Treeway and with 3DS Rainbow Road alone, just those 2. But with this wave, if I wasn't biased for those tracks, you could have convinced me this was the best wave. All of these tracks are really strong, really solid, well designed, fun, really solid recreations of these classic tracks. The tour tracks especially, like, well, they're not recreations, but these tour tracks, I think these are some of the best tour tracks in all of tour, the city tracks. Bangkok, Amsterdam in particular. But yeah, I'm gonna stop dawdling and just get right into it. The update itself was interesting too from the fact that there was like several gameplay tweaks too. So Waluigi, with a certain combo, he was like the best combo in the game, right? Now, there are characters like King Boo and Rosalina starting to take a spot, so the meta's starting to shift with Mario Kart 8, which is like awesome, because this is like a 6-year-old game and now they're just updating it with all these different things. Well, 6 years old for the Deluxe version, for Wii U. It's like almost 9. Oh my god. But beyond that, they're updating and tweaking other stuff in the game too still. That's really cool to see. The tracks themselves, really good. Apple Cup, what did it start off with? Tour Amsterdam Drift. Yeah, like I said before, this is one of the better tracks in Mario Kart Tour, one of the better city courses. It's like a lot of elaborate paths, cool imagery. It's like, graphically, it's probably the weakest track, in this wave. I almost said the game. No, there's worse ones. It's one of the weakest tracks visually. The flowers look ugly, dude. It's the same building textures as literally all the other city tracks in Mario Kart Tour. But the design's really good. There's like multiple paths. You like going in the water and like rising down, going back up, dodging buses and whatnot. Then you're going through the garden. It's a pretty dynamic track, all things considered. Definitely one of the more dynamic tracks, at least in the upper half compared to the other city courses. So not a huge, but not a huge lot to say. It's a fun track. Riverside Park, GBA. It's a good track. For whatever reason, I'm not being left as big of an impression as I was hoping I would going into this wave. They brought this back in Mario Kart Tour. The design is literally, the entire thing's basically ripped from Mario Kart Tour. like the design, the graphics and everything. But like the grass textures got touched up, the water texture, they just plopped it from the base game into here. The rock texture looks really good. The skybox and lighting's really gorgeous. The water, the lighting. They added patooies throughout the track too. That's a completely new touch from the Mario Kart Tour variant. They're walking around blowing either banana peels or mushrooms. You hit them with items, they drop them in front of you. So if it's a mushroom, then that's a free item for you. So that's a good mechanic. And it's a neat little touch they added to the track itself. I think it's a little bit too simple. That might be my problem. Because like, it's a mushroom cup track in Mario Kart Super Circuit. So it's not really the most elaborate track. It's definitely the most simplistic, I think, out of the whole wave. It's more simplistic than Mario Circuit, I'm fairly sure. So that could be why? It's not bad. It's definitely not bad whatsoever. Visually, it's definitely like up there. It's not one of the best looking tracks in the wave, but it's definitely up there. It's definitely one of the prettiest ones, but I guess this is one of the best examples, for me at least, when it comes to this DLC. Like, this is a more prime example of, like, style over substance, or, yeah, style over substance. It's like, this one definitely just looks better, and it's a lot more simple. Granted, if you compare, like, the top row of the tracks to the bottom, and it's like, technically Apple Cup is like the shell cup of this whole DLC, and that's basically a Mushroom Cup equivalent, so in that sense it makes sense. Otherwise, yeah. Riverside Park, it's not bad. It's a solid track, it's not bad. What was the third one? DK Summit. Classic Mario Kart Wii track. You know me, I love my Mario Kart Wii. DK Summit, it's not one of my top 5 in Mario Kart Wii, but it is a really good track. So I am glad they brought this back. It was in Mario Kart Tour, makes sense they bring it back here. It looks solid. Snow texture looks nice. If there's one thing I'm gonna give the Mario Kart 8 dev team a lot of credit for, the shortcuts. DK Summit's famous for the double gap jump. When you go down like the little like bumpy section with like all the little snow, like the snow piles, and then there's like an S bend before the giant half pipe section where the Shy Guys are. The part before the Shy Guys section, right? You can cut over the 2 gaps, making the S bend, mainly with the mushroom. I think you can do it shroomless, but it is harder. But they kept that shortcut in this game. It's in Mario Kart 8. It's a little bit different because of the physics and the trajectory. You're gonna have to like change it a little bit, but the shortcut's still there. So for whatever reason, in Mario Kart 8, the devs were like so hard against shortcuts. They were so hard against shortcuts. They were like, oh, you want to be creative? You want to have fun with this game? Nah. Go the way we want you to. They hated fun. They did not want you to have fun. They did not want you to be creative and that much more skilled at the game. Now, Gap Jump and Mushroom Gorge is back. DK Summit's like double gap jump is back. And what the heck was the track? Berlin Byways. You could vault over one of the wumps. I think it was on lap 3. Over the fence, but before this update, Lakitu would just pull you back to the road. Now, you can vault so far and save like a good 2 to 3 seconds. Like, it's wild. It's wild how much they're adding more shortcuts and giving more leeway to the actual shortcuts and like advanced skill tree for Mario Kart 8 players. Like, that is awesome, dude. I'm really glad they're doing that shit. That is really cool. Reward more skilled players for grinding the time they're putting into this game, please. I love that. Like, that's good. But even whether or not they did or didn't do that for DK Summit specifically, it's DK Summit, dude. That's a good track, regardless of whether or not that shortcut was going to be there. The design, the Shy Guys, the music. Oh, I love the music for this track, dude. It's such a solid, like, oh, I forget what I was going with the Mario Kart Wii stuff. But the little 1, 2, 3, 4, that beginning part of DK Summit, they kept that. And I'm just like, oh, that's hot. That's really hot. What's hotter though? Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Island. Top 3 tracks in this entire DLC. One of the best tracks in all of Mario Kart 8. Yoshi's Island is such a good track. Dude, the crossover tracks, Animal Crossing for Animal Crossing, Mute City and Big Blue for F-Zero, the amount of effort they put in those tracks, it's like the collectibles and the sound effects and the music, all of that, they put all that effort into Yoshi's Island. the startup jingle whenever you start a level in Yoshi's Island, that plays whenever you start a race. Freaking when you finish a race, they have the victory theme whenever you beat a level from the same game. The coins on the track are dragon coins from Mario World, where Yoshi's face is on the coin. The spine even looks closer to how he looks in Mario World. Like, dude, this track is so cute. It's so fun. I wish they did more of this kind of thing with other, like, crossover tracks. Even, like, some of the tracks, like, if Wario or Donkey Kong had tracks from their specific series into here. Like, this is so good. It's so rich for Yoshi's Island fans. And there's just a lot of, like, Yoshi's Island stuff galore. That floating cloud near the end of the track, that thing is really hard to hit. I was struggling trying. It's probably extremely hard on 200, but even on 150, I was struggling to hit that thing. Because it kept moving up and down to left and right too. It was up and down. It's not just from one end to another. But it's such a fun track. You have to lick the little seagulls, the giant, it has a name, but the giant blue blobby thing in the sea, the bouncing chain chomps. At the start of the track, you're starting underneath a flag that has the Yoshi's Island logo on it, but you're under a giant tree that's an apple tree that looks like the apple tree from Mario World as well. Poochie's sleeping on a mailbox. Near the end of the track, there's like a portrait of Yoshi and Baby Mario 2. The obstacle course remix is so good too. Dude, this track it's flat out one of the best tracks in the whole game. I kid you not. I think it's one of the best tracks in all of Mario Kart 8. I think it's really good. And at least with the Booster Course Pass, top 3. It's up there with Maple Treeway and 3DS Rainbow Road for me. And it's up there with Maple Treeway. That is really high praise coming from me. And like, I played Yoshi's Island a little bit. I played more of the DS remake. So like, plenty of this is familiar to me. But dude, I was not expecting them to go that hard on Yoshi's Island, yet they did, and I honestly, good. Thank you very much. This was a really fun track. I don't think anyone was expecting them to put that much effort in, so that was extremely fun to go through the first time. Just seeing all the Easter eggs and music, and it's just fun, dude. It's just fun. Now Boomerang Cup. What was the track? Tour Bangkok Rush. How the heck could I forget? That's one of my personal favorite city tracks in the game. One downside, I think the lighting is off. In Mario Kart Tour, there was like a very distinct, like vivid reddish orangish tint to the skybox and the lighting for the track. That's like not here. It's like dimmed down significantly. So I think that kind of loses the track's luster a little bit, just a little bit. But like I said with Amsterdam, I think it applies more with Bangkok Rush. There's multiple paths. There's like an upper lower one in lap 1, going through the food market, and then you're going through the little tram section. There's an upper path, you go upstairs, and then there's downstairs portion, and there's like 4 different pathways to get back onto the main road. Like, honestly, I could kind of compare it to Ninja Hideaway a little bit, because you could describe that one like a Sonic level. There's like an upper, middle, and lower path. Bangkok Rush is not that far off. It's closer to that comparison than I think some of the other tour tracks we got. That's a big reason to why I like it. I like the vibe, the aesthetic, the music. Visually, it's as detailed and crazy as literally any of the other city tracks, so bad. But it's definitely one of the best city tracks in the whole game. I think it's up there. It might be my favorite city track in the whole game so far. So far, though. Waiting on you, Vancouver, I'm just saying. DS Mario Circuit. This is one of the best Mario circuits in the entire series. Do not at me. Everyone is... I get why. I get why everyone does not like this track. It's a Mario circuit. I don't blame you. This took Airship Fortress a spot. I don't blame you. I'm having fun with it, though. It's one of the best Mario circuits in the whole series. It has the most elaborate design out of any Mario circuit. There's a lot more obstacles too. The Goombas, the Piranha Plants actually spit out fireballs along the track. They changed. You go through a pipe tunnel. There's a forest section now. That's new. Wigglers can come out. That's also new. But like everything else about the track's basically the same as it was in the original. I love the remix, dude. I always wanted Figure 8 circuit in the game because like flat Mobius strip, sure, but it's an 8. Mario Kart 8. Yeah, we have Mario Circuit. You could have put Figure 8 circuit in the base game. You could have. You definitely could have. That said though, the fact that that track song is preserved here, so good. And like they gave it that like jazziness Mario Kart 8 has, but still maintaining that techno feel Mario Kart DS's soundtrack basically had, including the song. So it just sounds so good. It sounds so good. And honestly, this might be one of, if not the best Mario circuits in Mario Kart 8. Because we have 4 of them now. We have 4 Mario circuits. We have the same amount of Mario circuits as we do Rainbow Roads right now. Wait. Whoa. Whoa. We had more Rainbow Roads than Mario circuits before this? Wow. That just hit me right now. That's funny. That's funny. Mario circuit's fun. I think it's fun. I like it. I'm in the minority. I know. I'm black. I'm already a minority. I don't care, dude. What's another one gonna kill me, dude? Mario circuit's fun. Waluigi Stadium, though. Oh. Ooh. So much justice. So much justice with this one. I talk music. Let's talk music first. Mario Kart Double Dash had like a more jazziness to it. It's like big brass band style music to it. For like a good chunk of the tracks. The circuit tracks, Wario, Coliseum, Waluigi Stadium. Waluigi Stadium's one of them. That's not necessarily preserved here. They focused more on like very specific instruments like the trumpet. They added a xylophone too. The song sounds much more goofy. It sounds much more goofy and like less full compared to the original. But low-key, it threw me off for like 5 seconds, and then I'm like, wait, this is like so much better actually. Cause Waluigi is literally goofy. He is a goofy ass dude. So the song itself fits Waluigi incredibly well. It is super catchy. I think it's catchier now than it was before. OG is really good music-wise. Do not get me wrong whatsoever. But this remix fits Waluigi so well, and it is much catchier with the instrumentation it has going on here. Like, it preserves some elements of the original while giving it its own flair in both Mario Kart 8's musical aesthetic, while also matching Waluigi's entire character. So, like, a part of it feels understated, but that's exactly what Waluigi is. That's number 1. Number 2, the track itself is one of the best looking tracks in the entire DLC. Forget just this wave. The road texture, they focus on the road textures more than other textures around all the other tracks and a lot of the waves. This one though looks so good. So good. There's so much detail, the water, the very like the dirt, the tires, the fake piranha plant pipes and like how rusty they are, like, and the giant like billboard on the back. Yeah, the audience doesn't look that good, but I'd argue there's more here. There's much more here, actually, than in the original. They added, like, floating ramps, too, with anti-gravity sections, so they have, like, the little, like, pikes you could spin on to get a speed boost and a gliding ramp at the end of the track. So they added more to this track mechanically, too, compared to the original. So it looks good. They added more mechanically, and like, even adding more to the sound design, too. The fake pipes, the fake piranha plant pipes, they're at like a 45-degree angle first, and then there's like a regular one after that. They look so cheap, and you bump into them, they sound so cheap. But you figure it's Waluigi Stadium, of course that would be cheap, because Waluigi's a cheapskate, dude. Like, I think they basically made Waluigi Stadium that much better than the original. It's wild. Waluigi Stadium is it's a really good track from Double Dash. I feel like I can name at least a couple more tracks I think that are my favorite. It's probably a top 8-ish for me in that game, but like, wow. I think this one might be the best one. They did a lot right with this version of Waluigi Stadium. I think they did a bang-up job. Graphics, mechanics, sound design, like adding extra mechanics on top, like it's really fun. The half-pipe section 2 is retained for Mario Kart Wii as well. That's really good. Like, you're not going to go wrong with this version of Waluigi Stadium, in my opinion. I think it's definitely one of the highlights of this entire wave. Singapore Speedway 2. I think of the 3 tour tracks across all 3 of them, Bangkok, Amsterdam, and Singapore, before this, it's probably the one I was least looking forward to. I'd probably put it on the same tier roughly as Amsterdam, though. It's fun. It's fun. I don't think it's as elaborate in pathways as Bangkok, per se. Definitely more in line with Amsterdam a little bit, but I think visually this might be the best city track of all the tour tracks. It is really colorful. All the lights, the skybox and lighting's really good. Like, it's a lot of like pretty colors everywhere. It's like the rings, the pool, the buildings, Chinatown. It's definitely like the most vibrant track of all the city tracks thus far. So that makes me really excited for Vancouver Velocity when that eventually comes, hopefully by this holiday. But visually, it's a tour track, but it's probably the strongest one we have thus far. Design-wise, it's solid, it's fun to go through, the remix is banger. I don't have much to complain about. I'll talk about some of the other tracks too, music-wise, because I didn't bring them up. Bangkok Rush's remix is solid, Riverside Park's remix is solid, Amsterdam Drift's remix is solid. I think that's all I talked about as far as that. Also, another thing with this update too, we have a look at the roster. Birdo's at the top. We have a new column. So there's 5 characters they're going to add later on down the line. I was between 5 to 6 more, or they double it. Best case scenario, they doubled it, or they just do what they did with Vanilla Mario Kart 8 back on Wii U, and they just add 6 characters. They're going with the former. They're adding 6 extra characters. Birdo's one of them. And I made a whole predictions video talking about that before this came out. So, yeah, I'll just stick with the whole 5 to 6 characters thing. I think, okay, 4 characters right off the bat. None of us are going to disagree that Diddy Kong, Pauline, Funky Kong, and Petey Piranha are basically going to be guaranteed, right? We can all agree those 4 at the very least are going to be in there. Diddy Kong's literally... if I have to explain Diddy Kong to any one of you, I ought to slap you through this monitor. That's number 1. Funky Kong, he's the Mario Kart Wii character. Pauline's the most popular, like, side Mario character, like, spin-off character since Odyssey. Well, that's a stretch. But everyone wants her in more spin-offs since Odyssey. Petey Piranha's a popular boss character from Sunshine that has been in multiple spin-offs that people will like him more. It's mainly the last one, I think, is, like, kind of a... That one's definitely, like, an oddball, because they could go for multiple characters. Kamek would probably be best case scenario, because the movie, another Yoshi's Island character, he's also kind of popular. King Bomb would fit so well. King Bomb would fit so well in Mario Kart 8, though. I would love King Bomb, though. Dixie Kong would be solid, though, too. Nabbit's not bad, either. Like, between those 4, I feel like one of those are going to be the last character. Pauline, Diddy, Funky, and Petey, I think, are basically locks at this point. I could be wrong, don't get me wrong, but I think those 4 are locks. Probably between Nabbit, Kamek, and King Bomb, I would say. But yeah, that's wave 4. If I had to rank all the tracks from worst to best, the bottom half might stir a little controversy, but like all of these tracks are so good. Imagine, like, say I have like a B tier, right? There's low B, mid B, and high B. I think the lowest track I would put is in like mid B. I'd probably put Riverside Park at the bottom. Visually, it's definitely up there as one of the best looking tracks in the wave, but like, it's a little bit too simplistic for my taste. Yeah. That seems to be a running trend with a lot of the GBA tracks, because they're picking a lot of the easy ones. Sky Garden, they like significantly neutered. Blue Lake is pretty simple. Riverside Park's pretty simple. Snowland is a little bit simple, but even I think that track was more fun than this. So I would probably put Riverside Park at the bottom, personally. The opinions, by the way, for this tier list. Mid B, 8th place, Riverside Park. 7th? At the top of B. At the top of B? Probably Mario Circuit. I had more fun with Mario Circuit than Riverside Park. Go ahead. Dislike, block me, unsubscribe, you're welcome. I give you permission. It's one of my favorite Mario Circuits from the whole series, though. There's that, it's fun. Yeah, remix is solid, too. I had more fun with Mario Circuit than I did Riverside Park. So that's at the top of B for me. Bottom of A. 6th, Amsterdam. Solid. Fun to drive. Good remix. Not a lot of complaints. Same spot, bottom of A for 5th, Singapore. Visually, it's one of the best looking city tracks in the whole game. Definitely up there. Visually it's good, design-wise it's good, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. I have fun. Bangkok Rush, I think I would put No, I honestly, I would put that at the bottom of A tier too. I would put that in like bottom A. I think all the city tracks I would put for this wave in like roughly the same tier, but Bangkok's definitely the top. Design-wise, I think it's the best. Visually, it might be the weakest of these three, but like, it's fun. Graphics are like okay-ish, otherwise, beyond the lighting. Music solid. Third place, we're going straight to S tier, mid-S, DK Summit. It's DK Summit. You're not going to beat that design. The music's solid. They kept a lot of like the original charm intact. Oh, I love the statue for the track 2. It's now a statue of DK snowboarding rather than Mario snowboarding. So they got that right now. Good. Thank you. Fits the namesake. Good. But yeah, DK Summit, I think it's a lot of fun. Third place. Second place, Waluigi Stadium. Dude, they did a lot right with this track. The visuals, the mechanics, the sound design, the music. It feels much more Waluigi than it did before with all I described about it when I talked about it earlier. Such a good track. Such a good remake. That's at... Oh, DK Summit's mid-S. Waluigi Stadium, that's like the top of S. But of course, Yoshi's Island, dude. That track was... They put so much effort in that track. Why wouldn't that be the best track of the wave? They put so much care and love into it. It's like, you would think they love Yoshi's Island. And they probably do. Because look at how much Yoshi's Island stuff is in Yoshi's Island. Like, I wish I kind of played more of Yoshi's Island because I feel like I would love this track a lot more. But still, even now, I'm like, damn, that's actually one of the best tracks of this entire DLC. Probably one of the best tracks in the entire game. Not even an exaggeration. Yoshi's Island, flat out one of the best tracks on all Mario Kart 8. Hands down. Hands down. Yeah, that's my whole review of Wave 8. Wave 8. Wow, you wish we got 2 more waves. Wave 4. Thank you very much for listening and watching. I had a lot of fun with this wave. I'll see you guys in a couple hours when they drop that Mario movie trailer. That's gonna be a crazy time, boys! Woo! Woo! But other than that, I got plenty of Mario Kart content to come in the future. I'm probably gonna stream this weekend at some point. Race me on some of these tracks. And Wave 3, because I do not think I streamed Wave 3. I don't even know if I streamed Wave 2 yet, too. I've been behind on the stream, so I'm gonna have to get back on that. You'll see. You'll see. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Stand Min, stand Palutena, because I haven't said that a lot lately. And stay super.
Yo, hey, Min, hey, 我来呀，共和大哈哈呀，拿面，嘿，来面，买根面，共和再见呀，哈哈，拿面，下手面，谢谢。